IndieGamesAAA.com.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Great Digital TCG Search of 2014. My name is Pete. I've been doing this for a long time. A lot of weeks have gone into this. We're finally on the last group of the Elite 8. And this week we have a game you may be familiar with, Blizzard's Hearthstone. Hearthstone is what we're going to be working with. Hearthstone is available for PC. You can play it on your iPad as well. It's Blizzard's entry into the TCG marketplace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply play one game. I'm very familiar with this game right now. So I can kind of give you a good quick intro. Most of you who are familiar with these already know about these games, but I just want to give you a good idea of what the game brings, and then simply show you some of the other features that come with it. So I'm actually playing an online game, and I'm playing against a worthy opponent, which it always gets to that point. It'll spin and it'll show you some names. So you have heroes, so I'm Rexa, and you choose your starting hand, which this is actually a pretty solid starting hand. And then you have mana crystals, which you're going to see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You gain 1 per turn, and you can use those kind of like a limited resource. So if you have 2, you can spend 2 on your turn. If you have 3, you can spend 3 on your turn, and they refill each turn. You also have a hero. Both players start out at 30 life. The goal is to take the other player to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use tracking and try to draw a card, which I think these random beasts are usually really good.
Job's done.
So you have a hero ability. Each hero has 1 ability which can be activated for 2 mana crystals. Mine is to deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. His is gain 2 armor. Armor will block attacks. So I'll play Starving Buzzard. He'll likely end up dying, but if he sticks, I will start drawing a good amount of cards. So it's in his best interest to kill this guy as quickly as possible. So mine is kind of a beast deck. Built around beasts. Most of my buffs are for beasts, which is a card type. You can see it at the bottom here, the type of minion. Ironfur Grizzly has Taunt, which means creatures must attack him. So keep that in mind. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. It's pretty good. 2 cost, 3 attack, 2 damage. So your damage is on your left, your health of your creatures on your right. So let's say I was to attack him right now, that would kill him but also kill my dude. So I'm probably just going to attack over top of him and summon a beast. I'm thinking just playing the guy with taunts the best right now. So you click it and you just throw it out there. And that'll draw me a card, which is good. Then I will just simply attack him for 2 damage. So you can choose who you're attacking with what creatures. Unlike Magic, where you just declare attackers and then the opponent chooses blockers, in this game you are simply attacking whatever you want with whatever you want. Tusker. So a lot of the lingo, if you're familiar with these games, the games from the good people at Blizzard, you'll be familiar with a lot of the concepts here. I really like the Mad Bomber, so I'm probably going to play him in the Beast. So get a Beast out there, draw a card, and play him. Hopefully it kills something. It did. So the Mad Bomber, real crazy, does, damage to a bunch of different things. So my deck's kind of aggressive and plays a bunch of creatures, tends to overcommit to the board. It's not a high-level deck. I mean, I've built this just simply by playing. He finally killed the bird, which you gotta do. because otherwise I'll just draw too many cards. So you've seen this whole time I've been gaining mana crystals. Neither player has used their hero power, which happens sometimes. It depends. So that'll deal 3 damage to 2 of them, and then I could kill off one of his minions, which might be a good idea. Either that, or I could, yeah, and then I could kill both of them. That would be good. I think I'm going to do that. And then that targeted spell will deal 2 damage to his dude. Just attack freely for a bunch of damage. So a lot of the game is like simple math. If you played card games, this would be really, really easily accessible for you. I mean, you have spells, which have different borders, as you can see, than your minions. You mainly have spells and minions. And then there's such thing as equipment. Executes really good. So there's the equipment. That's good. He put that out there. That gives his character 3 attack and 2 armor. So he'll take damage if he does that, though. So since like the fiery war axe lasts for like 3 attacks, something like that. So I'm thinking playing that dude and this dude's pretty good.
They'll never know what job's done.
Oh man, I miscounted. I had 6 mana crystals. Okay, that's fine. It happens. So the problem is my power and his power just directly counteract each other. So mana crystal is like maybe the one card I have an issue with. Essentially, like gain some free stuff. So let's see if we can't be efficient here. Go here, hit him for 2. Actually, I should just hold on to that. So my deck's starting to slow down. That could be an issue. Whereas his is starting to pick up speed. So that was deal 2 damage if it survives draw a card. The Chulwin Yeti. If this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to me. So I need to keep damaging him, but I also need to protect myself. So he's starting to run himself out of cards, but like his creatures are so strong right now, it's becoming difficult for me to like properly manage his creatures. So the reason Taunt's so good is because it prevents guys from attacking other guys, like on your team, and also prevents you from taking damage. Stealth. I've never seen that mechanic. Can't be attacked or targeted until it deals damage, so it gets like 1 free pass. Give himself 2 armor. That makes sense. He might as well hit me with this dude. That equipment will break. It's gone. Plays another war axe. So I have no beasts to summon to draw cards, which is really bad. But I can play another dude with Taunt. Give him +1 attack. So they also have summoning sickness, so they can't attack right away. I guess I could break his armor. So you max out at 10 mana crystals. I really need like a good piece of removal. So the disadvantage of my abilities, it would be really nice if you could just deal damage to heroes. Arcane Shot may need to be used to take something else out. So he's out of cards, which is good. But his cards are really strong. Like he may be able to take me out in the next turn. I will, if I don't draw something good. So Beast is okay, because I can play that guy. Summon a Beast, try to draw something. Deals 3 damage to the enemy hero. That's like it's not even going to nearly be enough. Can remove one of his dudes. Deal 2 damage to him. So I'm pretty sure this game's over. If he's smart, he should just be able to attack my taunt guy with this guy, and then attack me with Ventrico Mercenary, and attack me with his dude. That would kill me. Or that. That works as well. Probably the more efficient option. And now my guy will explode, and boom! Game overs. My character will level up. And I get a reward at level 15. Okay, so that's a game of Hearthstone. So you get the picture, right? So currently there are 9 different heroes. There's your priest. He's got the healing power. Mage, who's like kind of your control guy. Warlock is like a lot of card advantage, but at its own expense. Druid summons big dudes and becomes big dude. Hunter's like supposed to be pretty aggressive and controls beasts. Your paladin is like your leader of the army. Your rogue put a 1/2 dagger on and kind of plays like the stealthier, trickier game. This dude relies on having a bunch of minions, and he can summon a random totem. And the warrior you just saw played a bunch of big dudes and tries to survive until he can play all those big dudes. So there's casual and ranked matchmaking. And you get these basic decks, okay? Now, the way the basic decks work is that you can practice, okay, to further your collection. Each time you win and stuff, you'll eventually get rewards. So like with the Hunter, my next reward comes at level 4. Each time I play him, regardless of whether I win or lose, he'll gain some experience and levels, and once he reaches level 4, I'll get like a reward, probably in 2 cards for the core decks. You can see they have like 12 out of 20 basic cards, 14 out of 20 basic cards, 10 out of 20 basic cards. So you try to collect all the basic cards. The only one I've fully completed is the Hunter. Let's see. Let's go show you some deck building. I'm not sure I have enough for a pack. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Packs are pretty difficult to acquire in this game. So you can see, like, here's the Hunter deck. You can put a maximum of 2 cards into a deck. Right? Take a closer look. Do that kind of thing. Create a new deck. For Hunter, sure. Whatever. You get to, like, throw in 1, 2 copies of a card. Suggest a card is also there. Sure. Deal 3 damage. If you have a beast, deal 5 damage. Sure. Put 2 copies of that. So on and so forth. You fill up a deck to 30 cards, and then you can go ahead and take it for a spin to play. You can also use the basic decks in matchmaking, casual matchmaking. And then you have your neutral cards, which can be added to a deck. So you can only add like Hunter cards to a Hunter deck, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's deck building. Can I just back out? Yeah, okay. I do not have enough for a pack, unfortunately. It's very difficult to earn packs. So what it does is the pack opening is pretty cool. You guide the pack over into the middle of the screen, and then it like does this big animation for opening, and you get to click cards and then flip over. You get 5 cards in Hearthstone, and at least one will be rare or better, as it says. And then you can, of course, spend money for packs. I could buy 40 packs for $50. So if you want to spend money, the option is there. You also have quests every day. Druid or Hunter victory. Win 2 games with the Druid or Hunter. Win 2 games. And these will carry over from day to day. So it tells you your rewards at each level, what you'll get. That's nice. Okay, and then finally, what you have is the arena, which I've already built an arena deck. You get like a kind of a draft of cards, and you build a deck and you fight against other people who have drafted, and you pick your hero and stuff and go into that and fight with that. So I have 0 wins and 1 loss, of course, because apparently I'm terrible at these games. There's not much else to Hearthstone. Like it's relatively simple, and I think they wanted to keep it that way. Beautiful presentation, simple gameplay, like so easy that like if you made the decision like I'm going to pick this up and play this today, you could learn it in 20 minutes. They have a great tutorial that you start out in, teaches you the basic fundamentals of the game, and then they kind of leave you to go off and learn the game on your own. So prim and polish is like, this is the most. This is the top of the notch. If you were looking for the game with the bells, the whistles, the animations, they do it better than anybody else. At least I think so. Music's great. Getting into matches is really easy. The simplicity of the gameplay is both, like, for me, is a bonus and a downfall. It seems like it is a super simple game, almost to the point where it's like if you've played Magic and you play with the basic starter decks, you know that the basic starter decks are a great tool for learning, but they don't leave a lot of room for like creativity, combos, like the real dense deck building that I love about those games. And that that worries me, because it feels like I'm fighting the most simple Magic battles every single time I go into this. It's different than Magic, but not a whole lot. I mean, a lot of the core mechanics are exactly the same. And there's subtle differences, like you can't cast spells on your opponent's turn in Hearthstone, because that's one of the more complex parts of Magic. Deck building is much simpler, because there's only 2 copies of each card. And, of course, this, as with anything, rarity disparity is a big thing. Like, if you want to get the top-notch cards, you're probably going to have to buy into some packs and stuff like that. So it is one of the slower progressing games in terms of like earning and opening packs. It takes a while. So like you need 100 gold to open up a pack, and like the quest logs will earn you 40 gold. So you could probably easily open a pack a day. You know, do that type of thing. Yeah, so I think I can understand exactly why this game is as popular as it is. Like, this is what a lot of people are looking for out of these games. I don't know if I am. That'll be the interesting thing when I do this, like, against another game. It's like, I know Hearthstone is really good and really appealing, but is it what I want? And that's the true question, because at what it's doing, I think it is doing it the best. But is it what I want out of a card game? So I think I'm not sure what I'm doing next week yet, because I'm pretty sure I can't do Hex. So there may be a substitute game as the final contestant in the round of 8. So I'm going to go looking for something today to start playing. But I've played a bunch of Hearthstone. I think I got a good feel for it. I still don't win a lot online, but It's definitely great. You know, just is it what I'm looking for? So I hope you join me again next week. I'm excited to try out something totally random. So it's going to be different than every single one of these, because every other one of these games I've kind of played a bit, or except for maybe Faria, and so it'll be like my least experienced foray into one of these card games. But I appreciate you guys watching. Check out more on indiegamestripleA.com, and check back next week for the conclusion of the Elite 8. It'll set the Final Four. The Final Four will be set on Friday, no matter what happens. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about it going up late on Thursday. Just finished up my finals week, so that's all done. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I would gladly respond to anything you say. And yeah, the fanfare I've gotten from this has been probably the best part about this, so I look forward to hearing from you. Alright guys, I will check you again next week.